It represents just over 2 weeks of revenue for Google parent Alphabet Inc. and would scarcely dent its cash reserves of $102.9 billion. But it could add to a brewing trade war between Brussels and Washington. Alphabet said in a regulatory filing it would accrue the fine in the second quarter of 2018. We are concerned that today's decision will upset the careful balance that we have struck with Android, and that it sends a troubling signal in favor of proprietary systems over open platforms, Pichai said in a blog. EU Antitrust Chief Margrethe Vestager's boss, Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker, is due to meet Trump at the White House next Wednesday in an effort to avert threatened new tariffs on EU cars amid Trump's complaints over the U.S. trade deficit. More players. Vestager also ordered Google to halt anti-competitive practices with smartphone makers and telecoms providers within 90 days or face additional penalties of up to 5% of parent Alphabet's average daily worldwide turnover. Google has used Android as a vehicle to cement the dominance of its search engine. These practices have denied rivals the chance to innovate and compete on the merits, Vestager said. Asked whether breaking up Google would solve the issue, a call made by a number of Google foes, she said she was not sure that was the solution. I don't know if it will serve the purpose of more competition to have Google broken up. What would serve competition is to have more players, Vestager told a news conference. On concerns that Google may subsequently decide to charge for using Android, Vestager said her ruling was not related to the way the company operates. Stable Door Android, which runs about 80% of the world's smartphones according to market research firm Strategy Analytics, is the most important of a trio of antitrust cases against Google. Some major Android device makers, including Samsung Electronics Co., Sony Corp., Lenovo Group Limited, and TCL Corp., declined to comment on the EU case. GSMA, the global mobile operators body, welcomed the ruling, saying companies can now compete in the data economy without being constrained by platform-related bottlenecks. The reality is that as long as they are delivering great utility to their consumers, consumers will still use those platforms. If they do, advertisers will be drawn to those platforms, too, because the ROIs, return on investment, are very difficult to replicate anywhere else, he said. The EU takedown of Google is 6 to 8 years too late, with users paying the price, said Jeff Blabber of CCS Insight. Any action by the EU is akin to shutting the stable door after the horse has bolted, he said. A third EU case, which has not yet concluded, involves Google's AdSense product, with the company accused of blocking third parties using its product from displaying search advertisements from Google's competitors. Google denies this.